Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another TBC Classic Dungeon Cleave leveling guide. My name is Kargoz, and today I'm going to be taking you through the slave pens. Now, the aim of this video series is to supplement our 60 to 70 Dungeon Cleave leveling guide that I've worked really hard on over at restedxp.com. So, the aim of that guide is to help your Dungeon Cleave get to 70 very efficiently. It's going to get you Arcatraz key, it's going to get you Karazhan attuned, and most importantly, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be how I'm leveling come TBC. So I'm going to assume you're following that guide. If you're watching this video, you should be level 62 now. You should have left Hellfire Peninsula. You've zoned into Zangarmarsh. You've set your hearth at Cenarian Refuge. You've done that little arc south of Cenarian Refuge, taken out the named Naga, getting that exploration XP. You've knocked out your Scryer and Aldor, got the flight path. You've trained up your 62 spells. You've hearthed back, and now you're ready to pump. Restocked on consumes, repaired, vendored, etc., etc. So you're going to want to come out to Coilfang Reservoir, get over that drain pipe, swim down, and then take the far left instance. So let's zone in now and get started. So this strategy should work for both melee cleaves and spell cleaves. It's not going to be the most ultimate, all-encompassing strategy video. You're going to have to tailor it a bit based on your comp, how sweaty you guys are, what kind of consumables, professions, etc., etc. But this is going to be a rock-solid strat that should hopefully stop you from wiping, because that's going to be the biggest buzzkill ever. So here we are right in the dungeon, and you're going to be greeted by two of these greater and regular Bogstrock packs. They're mildly threatening. You know, you've probably seen tons of videos at this point of mages and warlocks soloing this place, at least up until that first room. So it's kind of devalued the scariness of these Bogstrocks. You can go ahead and pull both packs. They have a some kind of expose armor or sunder armor type ability, as well as applying a disease or a kind of debuff disease thing. But it's no problem. You can pull them both together. Then you get up to this next pack, this next couple packs here. This can be kind of annoying to clear out efficiently. You'll try to pull two, and then you'll have a couple casters here. So there's going to be a mixture of slaves and workers. The slaves are the casters. They just pump frost bolts at you. So if you pull both and you get unlucky, you'll have a couple casters hitting you from at range. You're probably not going to wipe to this, but it's just one of those things that's going to feel really clunky and awkward. So my recommendation, this is pull number 2, is to go ahead and snag this pack on the left. Aggro them, chuck a bomb, holy frisbee, whatever, and then come back here and have them all stack up. This little structure, whatever it is, acts as a line of sight obstacle, and they'll all collapse down into a nice clean ball for you to cleave down. So we're going to go ahead and take these out. Now let's push up into the next room. Real quick though, before we do so, these champions are one of the scariest mobs in the dungeon, believe it or not. You're going to be seeing them all throughout. They're basically warriors. They hit really hard, or harder than other stuff, and the main thing that makes them tough is that they have a AoE fear, just similar to the warrior fear. It's physical, you can't dispel it. Tremor will work fine, but I would be mindful of these guys and maybe pop some cooldowns and just take care of it. Really just be mindful of that fear. Also, before we get too far in, just want to say, as far as like cooldown management, you're definitely gonna want to pop your on-use trinkets, pop all of your cooldowns on that first double pack of Bogstrocks. Just the perfect way to get great value out of your cooldowns. Kill those. So by the time you get to these guys, it's probably up again, and I would pop your cooldowns and take them out again. Okay, pushing up into this next area, you're gonna have a mixture between slaves and workers. By the way, these little broken, they will despawn if you kill the slave handlers. So oftentimes it's depending on how you want to do it. You can either kill the slave handlers and wait for them to despawn, or you can kill the workers first. If you're going for maximum XP per hour, which is kind of what this guide is designed for, you're going to want to go ahead and kill these workers before the Naga, if at all possible. So just wanted to mention that. Okay, so we're going to keep pushing through here. The slaves are the ones with the frost bolts. I wouldn't try to get fancy in this room. There's not a great way to get these mobs to stack up, so just kind of pick away at them and know it's going to be a bit clunky no matter what you do. Then you're going to push up into this next room. What a glorious room it is. The thing about slave pens, guys, is this is the creme de la creme dungeon when it comes to trash skips. If you're doing a heroic run, for example, you can pull almost nothing in here. There's a way to finesse through the pathing of everything in here almost. You pull like a couple packs and you get the dungeon done. But this guide is kind of for XP per hour, right? So that's what I'm going to be talking about. There's so many ways to approach it, though. Like, you could kill this pack. It's, you know, you're in here for the XP per hour, but not all XP per hour runs are created equal. You know, you could just go for a full clear just because whatever, or you could go for a shorter 12-minute clear, because we do know you're going to have those 5 dungeon IDs per hour. So if you're going for absolute maximum XP per hour, IMO, you're going to want to come in here, skip this pack on the right, wait for this patrol, pull the patrol, and get way back here and let them collapse to you. You can you know, throw some interrupts at them to get them to stack up. This is a really awkward pat, but just take the time to take care of them first. Then you're gonna push up here and take this pack out. And these bog strock packs are so free and so juicy, just delicious XP per hour. So you're gonna want to kill these for sure, absolutely. You might be at 9 minutes or 7, 8, 9 minutes into the run at this point. And if you're going for XP per hour, I would definitely try to pull as many of these as you can. If you're a high-speed spell cleaver or melee cleave, even, you should be able to maybe pull almost all of them in one pull. You can also kite them around this middle structure as well. I'm sure you've seen lots of mages do that. Just ring around the rosy. You can manipulate their pathing a bit. Then you'd probably kill this pack right here. Maybe kill these right here. And then these right here. And if you're at 12 minutes at this point, you can run out and reset. And that might be just a decent stab at a high XP per hour slave pens run and just really get maximum value out of those 5 instance resets. Now, not everybody's going to want to do that. And you're also going to want to complete that quest, the first half of it, Lost in Action. So you're going to want to do a full clear. You also might want some gear. You also might not want to do this brain dead 12-minute thing over and over and over again. And just for morale's sake, you want to clear the dungeon in a slightly different way. So if that is the case, you can just run in here and go to the first boss. I want to quickly talk about the skip, though. If you are going to do the skip, you would have to kill that patrol right here. You'd kill this Bogstrock pack. You don't have to kill this patrol, and you basically walk along over here, dodging the patrol, all around, just tracing the outskirts of this little area. And then you push up from behind, so you wouldn't deal with any of these Bogstrocks. There'd be these 2 Coilfang defenders. These dudes are interesting. They have a Spell Reflect. The Spell Reflect only reflects 50% of the time, though. So at least personally, sometimes I just zug and go for it. And, you know, I'm a Warlock, so I have a Hellstone, a Health Pot to recover. But kind of annoying mobs, and they do cast that Spell Reflect pretty frequently. Little chesty over there. So let's assume you want to full clear the dungeon. And we're going to push into this next room, and you will see the next boss. If you want, for XP per hour, you can kill these over on the left. You clear all of this if you're going for rep or XP per hour. The dungeon is going to, the boss is going to be patrolling on this ledge here. So he is right here. That's him, Menu the Betrayer. He's on Heroic, he's kind of a pain in the butt. I would just opt for the same strat that you use on Heroic as you do on Normal. And that's just to pretty much pick 2 little locations to bounce back and forth between. Kill all totems except for his Fire Nova. His Fire Nova, it explodes after a certain amount of time. It's like 10-15 seconds. And if you kill it, it'll insta-explode. And on Heroic and on P server, like, it legitimately one-shots you like 100 to 0. So I think it's kind of just the best practice. You could kind of treat these eyeballs as fighting positions. So you might want to fight him on this eyeball and then move him like over here to this eyeball as soon as that fire totem's going down. But on Normal, he should be a piece of cake. You pop your coolies and he'll die pretty quick. It's not a problem. Okay, so we're pushing up here now. This is another area you can just skip like everything here if you want. If you want to be really patient and take your time and wait for the paths to line up just perfectly so that you're basically following one of the patrols up behind them, you can sneak by and get up here. It can be a pain in the butt if you haven't done it a lot before too, so you're in here for XP. Just clear stuff, man. Just clear stuff. Especially if you're going for the quest. And I'll show you why in a second, because you're going to have to get to that first Naturalist anyway. So you're going to push up this ramp here. Be careful of this, especially if you do skip. There is another patrol over here. There's another patrol over here. If you do want to skip, or if you're interested in the skip and how it works, I will show you. People scuff this all the time, even like seasoned DBC players. They're just not paying attention for a second. It's a little bit wonky. You can get almost unlucky with your movement. It feels sometimes. You come up to this bridge, right? You're right on the ledge, and you just tap, walk until you fall. and you're gonna fall down here on top of this bridge. You can see the second boss right there, the Crackler. So you'll be on top of this bridge. You're gonna go in between this little arc. You're gonna hug this little lip here. You're gonna push out to the end of the lip, and you're actually my way that I do it. That's been the most consistent. Some people will just kind of walk off the whole way. They just shoot an angle and just walk off. The way I've been doing it the most consistently is I'll get to about this little nook, and I'll actually jump, get a little inertia and jump, and just try to land down on this lip. Once you do land down on this lip, you'll wrap around. You can't fall in that water. If you fall in that water, you're screwed. And then you get up to here, and then you recover and get ready to fight the next boss. But people will scuff that, and if you don't have a warlock to summon, you really could just waste a colossal amount of time. So that's really on you. I think when you're playing the long game and you're dungeon cleaving, you just want to keep morale high. You don't want to have anything to just tilt the group. I recently dungeon cleaved to 70 in one play session with some people, and that totally happened to us. So if you're looking to get the naturalist for the quest, he's up here. So we came up from this way, right? That was the skip area. Here's the bridge. You would push up here, kill a couple of these, and then you would jump down, push up this ramp, and this is one of the guys for the quest. So you're definitely going to want to do this at least just one time to finish the 2 naturalists from here. Then let's keep going with the dungeon. So here is the... Oh, wrong side. So here is the second boss. Let's assume you didn't skip, actually. I don't know why I assumed that you would skip. Let us assume that you did not skip, and we'll go through this way. So you're going to jump down. Go talk to the naturalist, clear out a few packs. You're getting pretty familiar with the packs now. Also, one thing that's a bit weird, look for a mob called the Enchantress. The Coilfang Enchantress. This might be one of them. Yeah, so on P server, it mind controls. I was looking up the mechanics on TBCDB and all the sites, and it doesn't have a mind control in her ability list. Pretty sure she mind controls though, so just keep it in mind. This thing could mind control you. It's actually pretty monk-ass, but yeah, maybe not. Then we push out in here. This is the non-skip route. You're coming out here, you're clearing. And then the second boss is this dude right here, Rockmar the Crackler. So on Heroic, he kind of just hits super hard. That's just he's just a beefcake. He just hits really hard. He has this ability where he puts a debuff on you, and it ticks for bleed damage. And it doesn't stop until you get fully topped up. So the healer's just gonna have to top the tank up like crazy. You can fight him in this hallway or anyone here. Fight him, facing away from the group. Pop coolies on normal shouldn't be a problem. And really, none of the bosses are. So some juicy bog strocks to take care of. Another thing I didn't mention before, and you'll see these a couple of them throughout the dungeon, are these, right? These Coilfang rays. These guys fear. Big AoE fear. You can hibernate him and stuff. I wouldn't worry about CC though. Just blow him up first. This is generally, you have to chew through these packs. So you're gonna go kill the Ray first, followed by the healer. So these scale healers have a juicy heal, a big juicer. Like it's a greater heal. Like if you don't stop that, it's gonna full heal the mob, and it's gonna be cringe, and you're gonna have to just kill it from 100% again, pretty much. So go Nether Ray into Scale Healer into the rest. There's a couple patrols here. You want to be careful. So the strat really is to push up against this wall. If you want to clear everything, you can. You're a rapper experience, but not the most efficient. Like if you're in that mindset, you might just be doing that first room, right? Like killing these packs are very annoying. There's defenders. There should be just a couple champions scattered through. Yeah, champions is the one that fears. These packs aren't fun and usually require like a real concerted effort from the group. You can totally wipe here. Just make sure you have wipe prevention up. So you're gonna push up here. You're just tracing behind those structures, the wall. You come up here. This patrol is notorious for killing people. It comes all the way here and it goes all the way back to the last boss, Quags. There's probably three, maybe 4 patrols in this whole area. Just think Just look for patrols. Just sniff out the patrols because they will wipe you. It's really probably this is by far easily the most dangerous part of the dungeon right here, in this final stretch up the Quag's room. I mean, countless runbacks from this part of the dungeon. Super careful. Okay, so now we're in Quag's room. Couple Bogstrock packs. Good XP. Easy money. You can kill these guys if you want. You don't need to. Quag, the last boss, is down here in this basin. This is the other druid you need for the quest. You need to talk to a total of 4 druids, 2 of which are in slave pens, the other 2 are in Underbog. So he also gives you a nice nature buff. Now, if you're at all concerned about progging through a good old Quag here, you can pick up this nature buff. It gives you like 115 NR. So just kill all these. You talk to him. It starts a bit of an event. 3 Nagas will come out. Kill those. You talk to him. You get this nice juicy buff. Your group's going to maneuver over to this position here. Now, the kind of standard way of doing this, tankle aggro Quag, take him to like maybe here. He has a big poison volley. And I don't think you can just face him away with the poison volley. It always seems like the poison volley hits the group. But it's okay, because you can use these structures as line of sight objects. You can also technically outrange it. This is definitely a big group damage though, especially on heroic, so you're gonna want to have hellstones and just healing potions available. But a nice little trick is when he goes for that poison volley, he just stuck behind here, LOS it for a bit, throw down totems, aspect of the wild, things like that. Other than the poison volley, which is big group damage, he's not too bad, and you just take him out. You can reset here, and that is pretty much the dungeon, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot to refine here with your groups. Whether you're a melee cleave or a spell cleave, you're just going to have to tailor it, go with the flow, optimize for efficiency, and just have fun, guys. Doing dungeon cleaves is really a lot of fun. Spamming dungeons with the boys and leveling up. You'll be staying here in slave pens from 62 to 64, so you'll be here for a minute. But it's a fun dungeon. It's a beautiful dungeon. They all are. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if I missed anything, throw it down in the comment section below. Happy to have that conversation. Hopefully it helps. If you are interested in that 60 to 70 dungeon cleave leveling guide, it's been my baby. I've been working on it like crazy. I feel very, very confident in the route. I refine it every day. But in-game add-on support, keeping everybody in your dungeon group on the same page, navigating with a little arrow, factors in training, factors in your Hearthstone management for the group, everything you could possibly think of. It's just a giant, beautiful, elegant script hitting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 birds with one stone. I feel really good about it, and I think more so than it being efficient, it's just a lot of fun, and you guys are going to really enjoy using it. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Next video I'll be doing will be Underbog. Take care.